If I ask you how disciplined you are, then the first answer would be, I am very much disciplined. I do every activity in a disciplined way. I know how much disciplined I am. But just to go back to your 24 hours and just see the way in which you have spent your 24 hours, and then have you really spent the way in which you really wanted to spend the amount of time you have spent on some activity? Was it really the way in which you wanted to spend? Just go back and see. Then most of the times we will feel that we are not disciplined, we are falling short of our own expectations, we are not able to do the things the way in which we want to do. So that shows that we are having a lack of discipline. This is the first step in developing the discipline, is knowing that we are not disciplined in a way in which we feel we should be. The most important attribute that differentiates between a normal person and a successful person is the amount of discipline that they have in their lives. The amount of discipline they have while carrying out any activity, the way they spend their time, is the difference maker. I feel there are two things when it comes to discipline. First is discipline that is taught to you, that is somebody is enforcing the discipline on you. And the second thing is self discipline. There is a difference between the discipline which is being enforced upon you, and the other is the self discipline. The discipline which is taught to you, or it has been enforced on you. One such example is, just go back to your school days. If you remember, there used to be a fixed timings that you should come at 9 a.m. Your interval break will be at 11, your lunch will be at 1, you should finish your lunch by 1:30, then your school will close at 4 p.m. or something like that. So what they were trying to do is, they were enforcing the time on you, and you were made to strictly follow the time. When you are strictly following something on time and doing the activity with regularly, then that will enforce a discipline in you. So such type of discipline that is being enforced upon you will not prolong over a period of time. The moment you come out of school, let's say you are not doing any work, or you are not going to any college, then slowly you will feel that discipline is not there anymore. In your school days you used to wake up at 7 a.m. let's say. Now once there is no need to go to your school or no need to go to college, you will not wake up at 7 a.m. anymore. You will wake up at 7:30 or 8 a.m. So the discipline which was there when you were in school, waking up at 7, is no more. So the discipline which is enforced on you will eventually fade away over the period of time. This is one important thing that we have to remember, that discipline enforced cannot be prolonged for a more amount of time. Now let's discuss self-discipline. Self-discipline is generated within you. That is, now you have decided to follow a certain schedule, to follow certain time, to do a work in a certain way, then that is a self. You want to do something by your own self. Nobody is enforcing upon you. The way you want to do, you are deciding. The time you are deciding. Everything you are deciding, and then you are following those things. Then that is something which I call as self-discipline. Self-discipline is the important thing, because nobody will always be there to tell you, do this at this time, do that at this time, do this activity this way, do that activity this way. Self-discipline, once you have developed the self-discipline, then you will do that activity the way you have decided. The amount of time you have decided that you will spend on and one activity, you will spend that much amount of time. So that way self-discipline will prolong for a longer period of time. You are self-motivated. Once you are motivated to follow a certain schedule, then you will be disciplined. Such type of discipline needs to be developed in every individual. So for me, self-discipline is the key thing. So how we can develop the self-discipline? The first is identify the things which you love, or what many people call is follow your passion. Let's say you love playing cricket, then every Sunday you wake up early in the morning, you are eager to go to the ground and play the cricket. So when you love something, when you have passion for something, you will suddenly wake up, you want to follow the time, Sometimes it will also happen that before time also you want to go and do that activity because that urge is there, because you love that. So the first thing is identify your passions, then identify a definite slot for that, and then do that activity in that way, do that activity at that amount of time. So first easiest thing is identify your passion, what you love. If you love drawing, draw at a certain time, so that will develop a discipline. The activity which is being carried over a certain period of time will definitely lead to developing the discipline. Once you are disciplined in one activity, slowly the same thing will be seen in your other activities as well. So that is why if you see many people, when they say sports person, they will say sports will definitely develop your discipline. What happens when we are not disciplined? Let's say when you are not disciplined, then what happens is, if you are in a group of people in your home, in your family, or in your college or in your office, when you are not disciplined, then if there are certain amount of work or something that was need to be done, then when you are not disciplined, you feel lazy, and then you expect the other person to be disciplined, you will expect the other person to do that activity. But when yourself you are not disciplined, then how can we expect the other person to be disciplined? So that way others will also not do that work, because they are also watching you. So if you are a leader or if you are a boss, you want to make some activities that your colleagues should do, then you have to be disciplined first. Only when you are disciplined, then only you can enforce the discipline on your colleagues. They will also look at you, yes, our boss is disciplined, he does his way in a very disciplined way, so we should also do. So your discipline will also motivate your employees, your colleagues, your friends, your family, your sisters and brothers likewise. So discipline is contagious. Once you are disciplined, others will also get motivated. Let's identify the things which will kill your discipline. The first thing is, which many people call, are the temptations, or the things which you love. Yes, sometimes the things which you love will also break your discipline. Let's say you want to lose your weight, but then you love the ice cream to eat. So you want to lose the weight, but you have to quit the eating ice cream, but you love the ice cream. So if you are tempted to eat the ice cream, and if you are eating the ice cream, then definitely you will not lose the weight. So your discipline to lose the weight is been broken by the thing which you love. So you have to break the temptations from the things which you love in order to be more disciplined. And also sometimes we have to identify our weaknesses. Sometimes we want to do some activity, but due to our weakness or due to our lack of knowledge, we may not be able to execute those things. So sometimes our weaknesses will also hamper the way in which we want to develop our discipline. But then don't get demotivated. Overcome your weakness, overcome your temptations, follow the schedules, follow the timings, be self-disciplined. Then definitely you will be more successful and more happier than what you are today. If this video was helpful to you, subscribe to the channel and share it with them, share it with your friends, families for some more amazing videos, and thank you for watching.